I'm just I'm grinding pepper over here, so if
Oh,
you get weird noises.
all right. We are recording.
I'm glad that's the first thing on the recording. Welcome to Monster Hearts. I'm grinding pepper.
Ah!
It's a cooking show now.
So let's see. Do we need a little recap on what all happened last time?
That would be helpful for me.
Yeah, I'm
Yes,
gonna vote yes.
let's.
Okay. So um, that was episode 12. And what we had done is we had skipped ahead a week in time. And I kind of gave a quick overview of how in that intervening week, things have really changed in Branson quite quickly. There's been a hiker that died in the forest nearby. Some poor Virgin Mobile salesperson was killed out in the woods. Colin was killed by some creature in town. So it's getting closer to Branson and actually went in. So now there's a group of vigilantes that are calling themselves the Bald Knobbers. And the fire and brimstone quotient has gone off the charts. Even the Lutherans are preaching it, and the right wing radio nuts and evangelicals are just nonstop about how the lack of morals in town is leading to all of these problems. And then, um, so there's a new counselor at Branson High School, and she specializes in grief counseling. And I'm trying to give you as much grief as possible via Clarice Orsman, Miss Orsman. She's available for dating. If you have a single dad, uh, you know, she can hook you up.
Mm-hmm.
And so about half the students that have seen Miss Orsman think she's the best thing ever and that she's really helpful. And the other half feel worse because she just points out all their flaws and everything, at least the way they interpret it. And so we had basically a montage of interactions of Miss Orsman inserting herself into your lives. And she goes out and visits families to help the parents process things and how to support their kids. And she came by Drake's house for an excruciating visit as far as Drake was concerned, in which his dad tried to find out how to realign Drake's chakras. And during that meal, it's like her parents or his parents just like locked in on her and totally ignored that Drake was there. And there was a point in the meal where Drake was trying to get attention back on himself, however he could, basically talking about how tough his life is since all these bad things have happened. Woe is him. And like time stopped for the parents, and Miss Orsman just looked over at Drake and something along the lines of, "You're just fake all the way down," or something equivalent to that.
She challenged my sense of self.
Yep.
It was bad.
She also dropped by Levi's house and surprised Levi. They're out back. And she was coming by to kind of initiate some counseling with him, more to deal with his anger management issues, and gave him a workbook on mindfulness and a business card with all her contact information so he could ask for help at any time. And let's see. And we had With Shar, we had a montage of many near meetings between her and Miss Orsman, but never quite worked out. She was supposed to have a couple appointments, but Miss Orsman wasn't there or things came up. That are the sort of things that really happen. Olivia hasn't returned to school, and there's rumors going around that she's being homeschooled by her parents now. And Char's dad has been acting much happier. He's been like whistling, has reduced his drinking over the last few days. And Char suspects he might be seeing someone because he hasn't even brought up the fact that her mom was seen at the scene of the accident from the ambulance in which Colby had been kidnapped, or not ambulance, van. And then her dad basically goes, "Oh, by the way, I am dating someone and she's going to be by any minute to pick me up to go out." And when they open the door, it's Char's mom as far as Char's concerned. But to her dad, it's Clarice Orsman. And they Netflix and chill because, and it gets really weird. She calls Char Nini, which is that nickname that her mom had for her. And let's see, what else? And then that same evening, maybe at the same time, it's not real clear, we see Gail out at her Airstream trailer with the chimenea. And there's a crackling sound at the edge of her clearing, and there comes Miss Orsman, and that's something she should not have been able to do because Fey land is not something that mortals typically can just wander into. And she did it quite purposefully. And she talks about how she doesn't have any paperwork for Gail to be homeschooled or unschooled or whatever's going on. And if her dad doesn't get that paperwork filed, then she's going to have to start attending Branson High School. And Gail tries to sort of intimidate her out of the area and says she's going to call the police. And Miss Orsman just hands Gail her cell phone, and Gail's like, "Oh shit," goes into her Airstream. "I have to get something." And Miss Orsman just follows her in and violates her personal space. And while she was in the trailer, Gail had started to summon her woodland buddies. And after Miss Orsman left the trailer, saying yet again that her dad needs to meet with her or turn in the paperwork, Gail completed a summoning for a bunch of skunks to do a meet and greet with Miss Orsman. And we just hear small animals screaming in agony out in the woods. And a quiet voice in the distance says, "Behave, young lady." And then regular forest sounds resume. And just after that's when Levi rolls up on Gail's trailer because he honors his promises, evidently, and had committed to showing Gail where he had met the Howler. And when he went into the clearing and he like ran his hands over the one tree that always moves with the Airstream, wherever it relocates, he picked up a scent that seemed a lot like the Howler. And so they headed off into the forest after awkwardly flirting. Levi turned her on with a horrible line about, what was it? "I'll show you mine if you show me yours." I can't remember what you were going to show. But anyway, as they're going through the woods, Gail talks about how she doesn't know who her mom is, that she's always been raised by her dad, aunts, uncles, and cousins. And then Gail tells Levi that her cousin is a deer. Levi tells Gail that his uncle is a bear. There's some amusing wordplay. And then she tells Levi that her uncle is the Howler, and we had to cut away and leave that as a hanging point there. And then back at Drake's house, he's distraught because no one seems to be paying attention to him. He tries to calm himself down by playing music, but it just isn't coming out right. Throws his guitar down, sneaks out of the house to get some validation that someone cares about him. So he texts Shar asking if they can hang out. Char's on the couch with her dad and mom when the text comes through, and Clarice basically, when her dad gets grumpy about her looking at her phone, says cut her some slack, and Clarice basically convinces Frank, her dad, to let her go out to meet Drake. And on her way out the door, as she's closing the door, she says, "See you later, Mom and Dad." And that's when we ended the episode. Anything I missed?
I don't think so.
All righty. So
Quick
I
question.
think, yes.
Where did Drake and I leave off on our sordid saga?
You guys, you mean, well,
I just don't remember our last interaction. I mean,
oh, the last time you actually were together in some way?
That was when we broke up with the whole phone thing.
all right.
The picture of Glade on it. And so I think, but so it's been, since we had the time jump forward, right? It's been over a week.
Yes.
Okay.
And your last boyfriend's been dead for 7 days, so it's time to move on, clearly. If he really was your boyfriend.
Time to move on, or time to be a crazy girl that just keeps getting reeled back in?
Oh yeah, you're not one of them anymore, so you're not part of. Yep, that got cleared. Let's see. However, Colby is one of them still, so don't forget about that, Drake.
Right. So I have been privy to his.
You may have picked some stuff up, and let's see. Anything else? Oh, Jim, go ahead and clear that one harm that you have down on Colby there.
Is it? I'm only seeing that I'm seeing that I don't have edit access to the spreadsheet.
Oh, what the hell is up with that?
I mean, it's sort of reflective of my participation status. I can request edit access.
Yeah, go ahead and request that right now.
Ding. Add a note for the owner. Give me edit access, Cecil.
Mine was the same too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
you know
couldn't
what? I
add-
changed the name of it.
Oh yeah, mine is view only.
Here. I'm going to change it to anyone with the link can edit.
Oh,
My bad. It was called template still, and that's been bothering me for ages. All right, so use that link, please. And let me know if it works.
Goodbye.
Who's mowing?
Someone's vacuuming upstairs.
Ah,
I'll push mute for a bit.
don't worry about it. I was just curious. It's not drowning out anyone else's voice because it's obviously not loud enough to trigger you as the person talking. So if people are able to get into the sheet, looks like must be able to. I see. Oh my God, rows being added, cats
I'm
and
sorry.
dogs living together. Oh my sheepers. Oh well, we'll figure that out. So, Jim,
Undo. Undo.
Control Z, Control Z. So, Jim, could we have you start us off with Colby's love letter tonight
Certainly.
from your favorite MC?
Dial tone, beep boop boop, boop boop beep, modem sound. Dear Colby, it's been a hell of a week. The last time we saw you, you'd met your sister Francesca out at the Flying J truck stop, and she told you that you have 3 siblings and that your escapades have put all of you back on the radar. She seems so much more together than you. Heck, she even casually mentioned that all of you have been decommissioned, wiped, and recommissioned multiple times, but that the wipes are never complete, and seems surprised that you don't have any clear memories. Over the course of the week that you're holed up at Francesca's consuming cable TV and the internets, you now know that there are bald knobber vigilantes walking the streets of Branson at night, and the AM radio evangelicals have turned the fire and brimstone up to 11. The sins of Branson have been tallied and are coming due. Francesca has also helped you repair all of your physical damage, remove all harm. Francesca has been very cagey about your family as you keep asking about them. She already told you about Kane on your initial trip to her place, and she finally shows you a picture of him. One of 694 on the board.
No, 923.
Oh, sorry. When pressed on where Kane actually is, she gives variations on off the grid to you. It's incredibly frustrating, and she finally says, when Kane wants to see you, he'll see you. You can count on that. He says now isn't the time. You recall that it was supposedly Kane that helped all of you escape your parents. Is Francesca scared of him, or is he afraid to come out of hiding? You find out that your remaining sib is a sister, Starling, and that she's on her way from the southwest to meet you. She should be here in the next day or two, since she's driving across the country rather than flying. Francesca shows you a photo of Starling and says you'll really like her. She's the nicest of us. Let's see. Now, on the day before Starling is supposed to arrive, Francesca has left you alone in the apartment while she runs out to take care of some things. You decide to carefully toss the apartment?
Oh, toss.
Search. Weird. Okay, cool. To try to find out what information Francesca hasn't shared with you, roll plus cold. On a 10 plus, ask the MC 2 questions about your family, and they will answer them truthfully. On a 7 to 9, you may ask 1 question and choose one from the awesome list below. And on a miss, Francesca knows that you've snooped and choose one from the list below. Let's go ahead and roll plus cold. What happened the last time I flip-flopped my stats around? I think I put cold pretty high. Plus 2. All right, let's roll for my party here. Click. Oh, that's going to be a 13.
Oh my God, 13. So you get to ask 2 questions, and I have to be honest. I'm not used to that.
I may or may not have spent some time on conference calls thinking about this today. Why were we created in the first place?
Your creators wanted to build a family and couldn't do it biologically. And rather than adopt and not have their genetic material carried forward, they created you guys with a combination of cloning and implants and all of that, the next best thing to actual real live offspring. Maybe even better.
Shouldn't have installed the insubordination module. Let's see, what's one more question that I would like to know? Is Francesca planning to turn me in?
The short answer to that is no. A slightly longer answer about that is she's paddling water because Kane's not sure what to do about you. There's no talk of necessarily turning you in to anyone or over to anyone. It's more along what should we do about Colby. Kane seems distrustful. And I added the pictures of Kane and Starling to the classroom tab down next to Clarice, the real hero of this story.
If I remember correctly from last time, and I admittedly did not go back and listen to the sessions that I missed, you described Francesca to me, and in my head, she looks like Janelle Monáe. Is that right?
There's a photo of her on the classroom tab up above the Church of the Holy Redemption. Her hair is shorter than Janelle Monáe's. Her skin tone's a bit darker. She looks almost like a fae, honestly. It's the velvet suit that does it. But none of you really look similar. Actually, I'll move her down next to... Well, maybe I won't. Guess I won't. I'll move it later. So were you able to see that, Jim?
Yep, I am all caught up on my family photo album.
So you've gone through the apartment. We'll say, you pull this information off of electronics and stuff there in the apartment. And Francesca comes back in just literally like 15 seconds after you finish your snooping. And she's got her cell phone out and she's like, yep, Starling will be here this evening. And I thought maybe we could all get together.
Sounds like a plan.
So how are you doing? You seem a little agitated.
No? Well, I mean, I have to say, finding out all this stuff over the past week has been awkward. And I have to take you at your word that Starling is who she says she is. I mean, she could be anybody. You're just telling me it's my sister. So,
Oh, you'll know when you meet her, just like you knew when you met me, right?
Right. But, meeting somebody for the first time is weird.
Well, what you don't remember, obviously, is that you've met several times before. And it's always gone well. I'm sure it'll go well again.
Yeah, I guess I just seem to be affected by the wipes slightly more comprehensively than everyone else. I mean, will she remember me, do you think?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure she will. And yeah, I'm not sure what the deal is with the fact that you haven't held on to as much as the rest of us.
I mean, yeah, it's weird.
Do you recall if you suffered any physical damage other than when that van rolled over with you in it?
No, I mean, before that all happened, my first memory is just sort of coming back to reality here. And I get occasional flashbacks, like I've told you, but I don't, there's no damage, there's nothing to account for it.
Well, we can help you make a new life and fit in a bit better in such a way that maybe you won't draw as much attention, because we're not 100% sure who was trying to snatch you. And she looks down at her phone. She's like, Kane seems to think that mom and dad are out there and trying to find us. But we don't know for sure that that's the case.
And we're making it hard on ourselves. We're causing enough of a stink here, aren't we? Well, maybe not you.
We.
Maybe not you. Maybe not you. The other we that I'm, well, before I took a week-long vacation, sometimes part of? I don't know.
Well, one thing's for sure, you can't go back to the goldenrod.
Probably not. Be it ever so humble.
Well, when Starling gets here, we'll figure out what to do. Think about what you want to do. I mean, I know you can't stay here forever.
No. Nope.
Okay.
Well, I guess we'll see what it's like when she gets here. Did she give you an ETA?
Yeah, she should be here within the hour.
Oh, okay. All
Yep,
right.
she was up just south of here
All
on
right.
Highway 65.
Well, let's see what happens then. No time like the present, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Well,
All right.
guess I'm going to go get cleaned up.
Let's cut over to the woods where Gail has just dropped the bomb that the Howler is her uncle to Levi. How does Levi react to that? I mean, the Howler killed your stepdad, tore up your mom, wrecked your house.
See, were we like doing a walk and talk as we were
Yeah,
doing
you
it?
were
We
walking
left?
through the woods. You
wanna
were
say
taking
we-
Gail to where you had encountered the
Yeah, I
Howler
want to say we
previously.
just stepped into that area
Yep.
whenever we dropped the bomb.
So we're at the location
Where you
where
had met the Howler out in the woods.
so Levi immediately stops and looks around, like you could, like his hackles just go up, and is just like, "Are you setting me up?" And he looks at Gale.
No, setting you up? What do you mean?
Well, I'm showing you where I saw the Howler, and you already know who this guy is.
Well, yeah, I just thought that like maybe we could talk about it.
Oh yeah, yeah, okay. He's not Levi's not relaxing at all. He's just sitting there. It's like, yeah, let's talk about it.
So like, look,
And
I
he
know you
said,
had a fight with him a little while ago, okay, but like,
he
it's
killed
not.
he killed my stepdad,
Oh
and
my
he
God,
put
he
my
did.
mom in the hospital. Yeah, my mom's in the hospital right now.
He is such a toxic d-bag. I hate him.
So he's one of those uncles,
I mean, aren't they all?
I guess.
Family is the worst. And Gail says that, but she kind of lowers her voice when she says that. And then she sort of nervously looks around at the trees. So this is where
Okay.
you ran into him earlier?
This is now I'm trying. Hold on. Now I'm trying to think about what was it I said I was going to show her. It was where I was attacked, or where I passed out that one time and saw them.
No, it's where you fought with the Howler.
Okay, great. Yeah, this is where he attacked me the first time. I guess we could go on a tour of my fights with the Howlers. We head back down to the downtown to the fountain.
No, I remember that part. So, like, look, he's done some really bad stuff, but, like, I don't think you should go after him. I think it would be pretty bad for you.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I mean, I kind of hate him, So, maybe sometime we could do something about it.
Oh, you could teach Gail how to use a sniper rifle.
I guess here's my problem, Gail, is I haven't been going after him, and that hasn't exactly been good for me either.
You mean you haven't been but you fought him like a bunch of times.
Yeah, he's. I'll be honest. Like, I want to go after him. I was going to go after him, but every time he's fought, it hasn't really been me going after him.
No, what do you mean? It's totally been you. You've just been bared out or whatever.
No.
Gail kind of.
You hear a howl in the distance.
Is it like a howl?
It could be unks.
Okay.
All right, let's cut over to Drake and Shar. So you guys have been texting.
Right. We arranged to meet. Right.
Yep. So where are you guys going to meet up? I mean, Shar, I think, still has her bike, but she doesn't have a vehicle.
That's okay, because I still do. I can always pick her up. That's right. Boyfriend with a Jeep.
Well, my other boyfriend had a car too, but
Yeah.
he's dead.
Yeah. Well, look, he was the wrong choice.
So is the
You
car.
have never actually made that one official, though, so
That's true.
It doesn't matter.
I mean,
We were broken.
yeah. I guess it wasn't official. So if you could pick me up.
Sure. So I swing by, I pick her up, and maybe in like set conservation, we go to that cobblestone area.
Oh, where her boyfriend was killed? Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
right. I don't know that.
And I crashed into a fountain.
Yeah, it's kind of romantic.
Yep, that's cool.
I feel like the tension in the car would be like that half like I don't want to be around this person, but I have to be around this person.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to be around this person, but I don't want to be around this person. But I want to be around this person.
Plus, who else can understand what the hell's been going on for all you guys, but someone who's been through some of it.
Right.
Right.
So awkward silence there, Drake.
Yeah.
And you're there. She's not talking about you. It's not cool.
Yeah. So I'm like, have you been dealing with this 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 oarsman lady, this grief counselor, whatever?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you mean my mom?
Wait, what? I think it's just like.
Yep. The Drake mobile stops in the middle of the street.
Yep. I'm like, you're gonna have to explain that one to me.
Okay, hear me out. I know, since you've met me, that I have not maybe been the most stable of people. And I am aware of that. And so I need you to kind of put the idea that I'm crazy behind you for 2 seconds so that you can hear me out.
Look, a lot of weird stuff has been going on, but I'll listen because I've got something else to tell you.
Okay. So wait, now I have to tell you and I have to wait to hear what you have to tell me. That doesn't seem fair.
That seems totally fair.
Fine. Okay. this Clarice lady, that's my mom. Like, and I'm not saying that emotionally I'm projecting that she's like my mom or has qualities like my mom and the fact that she's dating my dad. No, that's my mom. She called me by my nickname and acted like it didn't happen. She looks at me and I can like feel her eyes boring into me, and that's my mother. Like I don't like, and my dad doesn't see it. Nobody else knows my mom, so nobody else can see it and confirm that I'm not a crazy person right now. But I know, like deep in my heart and my soul and whatever else is murking along in there, that is my mother.
She's dating your dad?
Yeah.
God damn it, Eli.
I was actually, if you go back and watch the videotape, I think I look up at the ceiling and I'm like, I've never heard murk used as a verb like that. And that's fucking awesome. Linguistics is so good. And then I turn down and I see that in the chat window and I'm like, what the fuck?
God damn it.
And I'm gonna miss all of these chat jokes tonight.
Sorry, dear.
There's a Merc
It's all
joke
right.
in the chat.
I'll try to remember to grab them and post them to the document.
Whew.
No need to wig out. It's okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Miss Orsman seems like the kind of lady that would have a sensible trim.
You killed Jim.
Good. It's my mom, Drake. What the fuck am I supposed to do?
Look, I don't know. She gets in your head. She got in my head. And that doesn't happen.
She got in your head?
Yeah.
I didn't think you let anybody in there.
Look, it doesn't always go.
I almost want to roll to shut someone down. Man, that's
Yeah,
harsh
go ahead.
and accurate.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
Let's go ahead. Let's do it. 5. What's that plus or minus?
With cold, so you've got a 4.
Oh, well.
So, Drake, please apply a condition to Shar.
Oh man, to her laundry list.
Well, we've got insecure, psycho, and conflicted.
Okay.
Insecure and psycho have definitely been confirmed already during this conversation.
Right? I know. I'm like, unstable would be the one that I would.
Already got it. Check.
Kristen, did you mark XP too?
I did
Oh,
not.
yeah.
Roll.
Let's say desperate.
Fair.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. And look, I say, look, I tried to let you in, but it didn't work out the last time.
Excuse me?
Oh, is this what we're doing now? Okay. Yeah, look. I'm not the one that that flipped out. Like we could have talked about it, but no, it was over.
We could have talked about it. We could have talked about the fact that you decided very shortly after we confirmed that things were things that you were gonna fuck around with Garden. Whatever the fuck her name is.
Look, I don't know what that situation was about, but it like I thought that those messages came from you. Okay. How am I supposed to know?
And
Did she get your phone or something?
when would I have given her my? No, when would I have given her my phone? If I remember correctly, you bought me that phone.
Yeah, no, the message is on my phone
Right.
about
From my phone,
right.
apparently, is
Yeah,
what you were claiming.
from your old phone, from your the clicky phone.
You mean my phone that couldn't take pictures and took 7 years to type a message?
Well, the text came from there. The picture, look, I took the picture. We talked about that.
Right. So you took the picture, so you are confirming that you at least were, close enough to her to put your hands all over her.
Oh, wow. Oh, I'm not allowed. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that that I wasn't allowed to even be near another female.
Oh no, you can be around another female. You just can't touch one that gives you fuck me eyes every 5 seconds.
All right, let's cut away.
Yeah.
That was freaking awesome.
I don't think Drake deserves all this.
Okay.
Oh, buddy. I can't agree with that statement. Although I don't know that anyone deserves Shar. So, for whatever that's
She's totally stable.
Totally the most stable PC.
Right. She saw Glade shoot mods out of her hand, and I'm the bad guy.
To be fair, only one person is going to be the most stable person you meet in your life. So it's not really a terrible insult when you think about it.
Thank you for putting it into perspective. It's no longer an insult. It's just the truth.
It's just probability. It's okay.
Should we all just mark unstable right now then?
Everyone just put down
correct.
not the most stable.
Not the most stable.
All right. Let's cut back down to an apartment in Table Rock. And it's in the evening here. And you hear Colby, you hear Francesca's text messaging go off, and she's like, she's here. And just a couple minutes later, just knock at the door, and sure enough, there's Starling.
Before Francesca goes over, can I just grab her by the arm for a second and say, should we have ordered takeout? And then just let it go and just let the joke hang for a second. And then just let her go open the door.
And she just gives you this really nonplussed, and then just as she's opening the door, she turns around and goes, "Was that a joke?" And Starling comes in, and she's got a backpack and a suitcase, and she and Francesca hug, and then she just drops the stuff, and she just comes running for you and just gives you a big hug. And as she embraces you, you get that same like joining the network protocol feeling you had with Francesca, and it brings that connection that's there lurking in the background with Francesca all the time back to mind. It faded away. It become just part of the everyday background noise. And Starling's super bubbly. She's like, "Oh my God, it's so good to see you after all this time. Where have you been?"
Mostly on the news, but beyond that, I don't remember.
Yeah, I got a few kind of crabby text messages from Kane about that, but we'll calm him down.
Well,
right, Fran? So you're going by Colby now?
is this where it ggets really weird and you start telling me I went by other things before? Because I'm already feeling bad enough that I'm the
We
person.
don't have to. No weirdness. Nope,
Well,
it's all cool.
It's already
You're
out on the
Colby.
table. It's already out on the table what it used to be.
Well, don't take this the wrong way. I think you did the right thing by going with Colby.
Oh God.
Used to be Gerald. We called you Jerry.
Oh no, Gerald. Like, I mean, at least you have the cheekbones to offset that. But okay.
Yeah, I've missed those cheekbones. You are always the prettiest of us all.
Well, got that going for me. So how long has it been since we saw each other?
Since the whole family was together? Oh, good grief. It's been, what, just about 2 years. And Francesca's like, it's been 713 days. And then she starts reeling off minutes and seconds.
All right, so this is going to sound a little weird, but what do you do? Like, what were you doing in wherever you came from?
I'm a systems analyst.
Okay.
What do you do?
I am between jobs at the moment, I think. I had a job, I was making coffee, but I haven't really been there in a week. Been kind of here figuring things out, so I'm unemployed.
Fran was saying that you're going to high school in Branson?
I am. I am.
What's that like?
I think people think I'm the awkward kid, which, you know, I could see how they would get that, but we're just like, we're kind of talking past each other, right? We're on different wavelengths. I don't know what to talk about with high school kids, and half the kids.
Different VLANs. Got it.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, half the kids are really fucked up and have their heads up their own asses anyway. So it's not like they're, you know, it's not like there's no competition for being the weirdest kid. I might not be the most stable, but like, you know, that's my life. I hang out with 17-year-olds.
So Fran was saying that you're kind of trying to figure out what you want to be doing and that we would help you.
Yeah. So the problem is I don't have any context, right? Like you're a systems analyst. You live where you live. You have a life there. You have some memory. You have some continuity. And here I am, like, I woke up a few weeks ago and I don't know what's going on. So I don't know what I could want to do. I don't know what I could do.
So would you like to get those memories back? Have you not even asked him that, Francesca? And Francesca looks kind of guilty and just shakes her head a little. No.
I think that to be fair to Francesca, I think that I'm an unknown quantity to her. So maybe I get that, but let's say that I did want to get memories back. How onerous a job is that?
I don't know that onerous is the word I would put towards it. It will require effort on our part. And I can't say that there isn't some chance of potential damage to us and you in trying to do that. But your family, I'm down for it. How about you, sis? What about Kane? And Francesca has just like a stricken look on her face when Kane's name comes up. Let's cut back over to the woods where this lingering roar just kind of dies off. And then you hear another roar about 30, 45 seconds later. It seemed like 5 minutes in between them, but you can tell it's closer. What do you do?
I'm just looking at Gale. I'm not going after him.
Yeah, okay, but I feel like we should probably get out of here.
Okay.
Okay.
Go to your place or
Um,
split.
my place. We could. Well, my place probably isn't good. I mean, I think I just think it's not the right time.
Another roar. It's definitely much closer.
Okay. Let's go to my place.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Lead the way. Lead the way. Let's go.
I just as like let's yeah, keep up and just take off running.
So, Gail, is it like any big deal for Gail to run through the woods and keep up with this big hulking teenager Levi?
Well, I think Levi finds that the path is not quite cleared for him, but Gale has no problem following. And so
Yep.
while Levi's probably physically faster than she is, she's got some help, some outside help.
Like that branch pulls back just enough that it doesn't slap you in the face.
Yeah,
The weeds
but it is
don't
right there
tangle.
for Levi.
Yep. So you guys hoof it through the woods, and Levi, I think you probably have a really good sense of how to navigate a straight line to your place. You may have to do some detours and stuff because of natural features. But as you're running, the roars kind of fade away a bit. And then you hear a really loud, like frustrated sounding one. And there isn't any more roars for like 5 minutes or so. And that's right when you come out the backside of the woods to the backside of your house there where it comes to the patio entrance to your place. And you see the lights on at your house.
Is somebody home?
Just a sec, my uncle's here, and I give like the different kind of like a code yell. I don't know if it's like something to let my uncle know that it's me. Like we have this thing worked out.
You got passphrases?
Yeah, like some kind of like I'm trying to think like I don't know like bird calls a little weird, but like almost like a bark type thing. And you can see a silhouette come into the window.
Yep, you see the curtain twitch just a little bit in the middle. And then he just blinks the backlights on and then back off. Ruins your night vision for a moment. But he obviously saw you.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, my uncle's here. He's all right, I think, compared to yours, but I don't know him. I haven't seen him for a while.
Should
Do you
I
just want to hang?
should I not come along or like? I mean, I could go home, I guess.
You see the light turn on downstairs and a backlit shape coming up to those sliding doors. And patio door slides open. It's like, Levi, are you just gonna? Oh, you've got company. Well, come in. I just made some coffee.
He's all right. I mean, I don't know how he's going to take things. We left on not good terms last time, but he's got coffee in there. He's okay.
I mean, like, what do you mean take things? He can't. You can't tell him that my uncle is. You can't.
He has really good hearing. Mato, this is Gail. Yeah, we'd love some coffee. Or tea, right? Tea, Gail?
Yeah. I might not
Come on in.
drink anything, but
Yeah, it'll be all right, I promise. Let's just go in.
Okay, so like whenever he turns to go inside, whenever the uncle turns to go inside, Gail's gonna grab Levi by the elbow and be like, "Hey, you have to promise me you're not gonna tell him anything about me, okay? Don't tell him about my family.
I won't tell him anything about you.
Do you promise?"
I promise.
Okay.
You let him know whatever, you know. We just met. It's pretty much we just met. I don't know much.
Okay.
It's gonna be okay.
Good. Okay.
So when you bring Gail inside downstairs, Levi, uh,
Mm-hmm.
what does it look like down there in your basement?
So, like, so what you're asking is like, this is my room type basement,
Well,
or the basement of the
the
house?
I think it's like maybe like a living space, and your bedroom's right off to the side of that. What what did we see that like is something that shows that you live there and inhabit that space? It's where you hang out and
Mm-hmm.
stuff because you've kind of taken over that basement for yourself.
Mm-hmm. But nothing specific about me that right now, but like what I picture it is like one of those like it's a finished basement with that wood paneling where you're like, we definitely
Yeah.
know what decade this was
Yeah.
remodeled in.
Late 70s, early 80s, got it.
Right. And like one of those like big wooden entertainment centers where everything is contained. So it's not like this modern open looking plan. It's like oak with a tiny TV in there, so it's not very current. And I think yeah,
That's cool.
there's a Super Nintendo hooked up to the TV.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah, with like a football game hooked up to it.
Gail glosses over all of this. Her eyes linger on the wood paneling for a second, and then she realizes it's particle board, and she like just kind of scoffs.
And then from upstairs, you hear Uncle Mato. He's like, "So should I bring the tea and coffee down, or you want to come up and join me? Got some fig Newtons up here."
Gail's just gonna look at Levi.
What's a Newton?
Yeah. Let's go join him. We don't have to eat the fig Newtons. They're like really processed and kind of gross.
Yay. So you get upstairs and your uncle's done his best to kind of right things in the house. Following the murder, the carpet and stuff has been ripped out. And so it's just bare wood floors right now. And there's a new coffee table, new couch, well, new used couch maybe. And you see that he's put up some new art on the walls, and it's like Native American, Pacific Northwest themed prints. It looks like just stuff that was ran off on maybe a large format printer and slapped into Walmart frames. But it covers up where you know that blood had been sprayed on the walls. And there's Uncle Mato at the table, and he's got the coffee pot out there and 3 cups, and he's got a thing of hot water, and he's like, "Well, I've got some Lipton, and let's see, what's this? It's Celestial Seasonings, and Bigelow Earl Grey. Any of those okay?"
A Celestial Seasonings and Bigelow is all you've got?
We're not much of a tea family.
Look, maybe I could just have some water.
Oh, sure, hon.
I'm sorry. My name's Gail.
Gail, very pleased to meet you. He holds out his hand to you.
Gail takes it.
So you two, he's pouring the water and sets the glass down on the table. How long you two been together, or maybe you're not together. I'm sorry.
If you mean like a relationship, no, we're not together. We met on a walk earlier tonight. I know her from class. She's in my art class at school.
Oh, cool. What kind of art do you do, Gail?
I feel like he needs to roll to shut me down.
Levi? Okay.
Yeah.
So kind
Me?
of.
We're not together,
He was
huh?
just dismissive, and
We
I mean, you're staying true to Brittany, but I don't know that Gail has a clue about Brittany.
we just went on a date and I bared my soul to him and
So big. I thought we were just chatting. Dating is hard, says Levi.
Uh-huh.
So what? That's cold. That's a 10.
Ooh, okay. So on a 10 up, choose one from below. Gail can lose a string on you. You can give Gail a condition, or you can take +1 forward concerning Gail.
I think because this is an unintentional shutdown, that I'll just take +1 forward. It's just like some kind of
Yep, you've kind of wrong-footed her
unconscious
here.
thing. Yeah, yeah. And then, as Levi says that, he just pulls a chair out and pours a cup of coffee, and just kind of watches, just sips with a smile, sips his coffee.
And Uncle Mato sits down at the table and grabs one of the mugs and pours himself a cup of coffee. And he holds it up and takes a big sniff. And you see his eyes cut over to you, Gail.
Oh.
And he puts his coffee down and takes. And you just kind of see his hands tense up momentarily on the table. And then he just drinks his coffee. What do you do? Because Levi has told you that his uncle's a bear.
Yeah, so he tenses up for a little while, and he like beyond the tension, I don't notice like any emotion or anything playing over him.
You don't know him well enough. It's nothing super overt. He doesn't seem like a emotions on his sleeve kind of person like Levi seems to be.
Okay.
Maybe if you'd been around Mato more, you'd be able to tell if like the set of his face has really changed.
Yeah.
You notice his eyes keep cutting over to you. And then he just looks over at you, Levi, and you heard this big sniff, and you know what the big sniffs are like. And he's just, when he's looking at you, Levi, he's just like, his eyes are just boring into you like a what the fuck kind of look. You are definitely reading that.
Yeah. And Levi just kind of shrugs, puts his hands up, and goes,
She followed me home.
Can't we keep her?
It just shrugs, and then it's like, I think everything's gonna be all right, Uncle.
I think Gail would make like some very half-hearted attempts at small talk, like something like, yeah, so we're in art together, and sorry, I've just had like a really kind of overwhelming kind of day. There's been a lot that's been going on, and I don't know that I should be here. I think I should probably leave.
Yeah, it is getting pretty late, Gail, and yeah, maybe it is time for you to go. Here, let me show you out.
Oh, no.
And he
I
gets
remember
up
the way.
and
I remember the
puts
way.
his hand on your elbow, and it's like,
She draws away.
Yeah.
and
I'm
you
like,
see,
whoa.
right when he
Don't touch
pulls
people.
when he pulls his hand off, though, he does it's not real super casual. And he's like, you seem really familiar. You sure I haven't met you or your family before?
Gotta go.
All right. Let's cut
Maynard,
back.
that was creepy.
And I think you might even hear this. He's like, what the fuck, Levi? You can't tell me that she's not from the same family as whatever attacked your mother. All right. Now, meanwhile, back on Main Street,
Oh boy.
there's a little bit of tension in the Drake Cherokee. You guys should kiss and make up.
Yeah, hopefully.
Depends on how stable I am.
All right. Well, look, I didn't want to fight with you. I had this weird experience with that oarsman lady, and I needed some help. I needed some comfort. I felt out of myself, and you were the first
And that
person.
was the first one you.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So this lady, who's my mom, is sitting on my couch, freaking me out as she's making eyes at my dad and totally is absolutely my mother. And the only thing I could think besides what the fuck is happening is I wish I could talk to Drake and tell him what's going on.
I think it's leaning for the kiss time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you lean in first, Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Roll to turn someone on, please.
All right.
Roll with all that hot.
What? How much even do I have? 2. All right. I am going to tag insecure to get a +1.
There we go.
All right, so that's a 10.
10. All right, so on a
Right.
10 up, you get a string.
Yeah, right.
And then, Shar, you can choose to give yourself to Drake, promise something you think Drake wants, or get embarrassed and act awkward and unstable.
Jesus Christ, I'm already unstable and it's been a week. Let's give him some good old fashioned Char lady bits.
So you lean in for the kiss, and all of a sudden it becomes much more than a kiss. And you don't know how long this passionate embrace has lasted.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's like a
Yeah.
and some flashing lights behind you. You hear someone shouting out the window, "Get a room!"
Right, because we're just in the middle of the
Street.
That's
The magic is back.
Yep.
Oh, also take the condition one of them, please, Shar. Sex moves activate.
Alright.
Right, which means I'm going to go dark as self when we leave this scene.
Well, once you think that Shar is paying attention to someone more than you, yes.
Right. All right.
So I mean they're right though, we should get a room, right?
Yeah, we should.
I can't go home.
No, I don't think. I'm not even sure how you could look at any of those surfaces ever again.
Okay, so you guys are gonna go to the cheapest hotel in town, or
Yeah,
the Goldenrod, whatever.
Not that cheap.
Okay.
Yeah. But
all right. So
yeah.
you're at some no-name,
Right.
actual kind of semi-grody, but not murder hobo level.
Yeah. It's
hotel.
not vacant.
You question the sheets, but not that you're gonna get like killed.
I might catch a disease, but I don't think anyone will knife us tonight.
Yeah, unless the Howler shows up or Levi.
Yep. So I think the camera follows the Jeep pulling in, and Drake going up and paying with the Amex that his parents give him, and we see the room unlock, and you two going in holding hands, and the door close, and we're gonna cut away, and we'll probably come back post romp here in a little bit.
Also, I just want to point out that Charlotte and Levi have the same number of kills. So,
Oh,
if you're worried about murder,
Wait a minute.
Thank you for that very important research.
so
Hold on.
is
Is that
there
right?
any money riding on who has the most or
No,
awards?
it's a sense of pride on at this point because I mean,
Well, we'll see what we
a
can
girl
make happen.
can only be so crazy.
Yeah, mine was at least motivated by profit. And
And self-preservation, remember?
And
Sticky,
self-preservation.
sticky,
Mine was
sticky.
pure teenage adrenaline and hormones.
Yep. And a oopsie. I didn't know I was so strong and bedpans were so dangerous. All right, let's cut back to the apartment at Table Rock, and you and Francesca and Starling are sitting out in the living room around this coffee table and furniture that looks like it's barely been used. And Starling said, "You know what? I'll commit to helping you get some of those memories back, Colby. I think it's worth the risk. One condition, though, I refuse to call you Gerald again."
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Can I just need 1 minute to think this over. Can I just like step out on the balcony for a second? Just give me a minute.
Sure. No, no pressure. Go right ahead. And Francesca and I can catch up.
Sounds great. I'm going to walk out onto the balcony and gaze into the abyss.
Perfect. Please roll with dark.
I don't think I have a very high dark. Should be good. Yeah, let's keep it feral at -1.
Oof.
That's a 4.
So you strain to dredge anything up out of what you're thinking of as your memory banks, your disk drives, your whatever. And all you're getting is, now that you've seen the photos of everyone, you're just getting fast snaps. And it's various expressions of laughter and
Did Kevin freeze for anybody else?
Yep.
Okay.
but it's all like bad digital where it just glitches out.
like you just did.
Yeah, we lost you pretty much immediately at the beginning of that explanation.
Oh, me? I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I think my Mac might be trying to pull an update. Hold on 1 second. Let me make sure it's not trying to grab that. All right, let's try again. Okay, so you step out on the balcony and you try to gaze into the abyss. And you're trying to access your memory banks, whatever that is, maybe the great network in the sky. And you just really can't pull anything out. And all you get is just this kind of broken up like montage of little images, and it's just all little quick glimpses of your siblings with different emotional expressions on their faces, everything from laughing to angry to screaming, crying, and a quick glimpse of what maybe was your parents. But nothing fits together. It doesn't turn anything else bring any memories up or give you any insight into how to interact with these people. And then, ba-bing, 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 ba-bing. Like about 5 messages come through on your phone.
Okay. What does it say?
They're all from Olivia. Can you come get me? She's hurting me. You get pictures of her with her beaten up face and what looks like a broken nose. Help me. Why won't you answer?
These are all from right now. They just came through like bing, 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 bing.
No, they have older date timestamps. They've been over the course of the week.
God damn it.
And this is the first time you've been out of the apartment.
When's the most recent one?
2 days ago. That's the why won't you answer me?
Is there anything like weird about the apartment that I've noticed? Like
well, now you're wondering if she's maybe has like maybe like Faraday cage type properties to isolate it.
I don't know what that is. Sorry. Jim doesn't know.
Well, a Faraday cage is to keep electrical signals and electrical waves and stuff, radio waves from passing in and out of an area. It's used typically to secure sites from being monitored. It would keep Wi-Fi, cellular, things like that from working, potentially. And that fits in with, the sort of things that you think your family might do.
Walk back inside. I'm imagining that the two sisters are just like sitting at the kitchen table.
Yep, they're just talking like normal sisters, really.
I'm going to put my phone down right in front of Francesca and say, I just got these when I stepped out on the balcony. Look at the timestamps. Explain.
And she kind of leans back and she's like, look, we aren't really sure about you, Colby, and we can't just have you broadcasting to the world where you're at. And I'm sorry, maybe I should have told you, but Kane and I both agreed that better to err on the side of caution.
No, I'm out. Pick up my phone, start walking toward the door.
And she jumps up and grabs your arm. What do you do?
I'm just going to either, if she's trying to block my way to the door, I'm going to...
She's holding on and you're kind of tugging her along because just physically you're bigger and heavier than her.
No, I'm just going to pull my arm out of her hand and just say, you can keep your memories. I'm not going to... Mom and Dad have gaslit me with this bullshit long enough. Not you two. I'm done.
And you just hear kind of a sobbing gasp from behind, and that was Starling. You're 99.999% certain, and not Francesca. And she's like, Kane won't like this, as you slamming the door behind you.
She drove me here, right? I don't have any transportation. And how far out am I?
Oh, you're at Table Rock, so it's good 10 miles or so. But I'm more than willing to say that you've palmed the keys on your way out for her Jeep.
Yeah.
So you might be able to get away before she OnStars it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take it. We'll deal with it later.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take it, start driving back toward town.
All right, we see the Jeep come screeching out of the underground parking beneath the apartment and heading north back up towards Branson on the highway at high speed. And it's crazy. You're a really good driver, and you don't remember ever driving before.
I was just
but
going to
you
say,
know
like,
exactly what to do.
do I know how to drive, or am I like Jason Bourning it?
Well, you mean Jason Bourning, like that crazy good level of driving?
No, but just like I know how to do all sorts of things that I didn't know that I
You
could do.
know how to do all sorts of things. It seems like. I mean, this is the first thing where you've really gone outside of just trying to float through life
Mm-hmm.
and taking real action. If you think about it, Colby's been pretty reactive. And this comes easily and naturally, and you know you're good.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
You watched a bunch of movies while you're stuck in the apartment.
Sure. So
All right.
I know what good driving is now.
And now you're wondering, hey, I watched a bunch of John Wick movies. I wonder how good I am with a gun. All right, let's cut back over to Levi. Uncle Mato looks up and he's like, the fuck? You know who that girl is? I mean, I don't know who she is, but man, she smells. She's something to do with that thing. Explain.
Yeah, I just found out.
And you bring her to our place?
She said that
The
she
hell?
doesn't like the thing either. She said she doesn't like the thing either. I thought that we could help her or find out what was going on.
Do you think she would help us?
I think so. But she also said don't go after it. At least not now.
What does that mean?
She said maybe
Like, is it weaker certain
maybe
times of the
eventually
month?
we could. What's that?
Does she mean like it's got times when it's weaker? I think you need to clarify that.
Well, I don't know. She said something about maybe in the future doing something about it.
You mean like she would help you?
She said do something together about it. So I don't know. Because then we took off running because then we heard it coming after us.
What,
So
tonight?
Tonight, yeah. And then it gave up about, I don't know, just before I came home. It was like maybe like 5 minutes away from house. I don't like it either. Like, it's been coming after me. So I don't know what to do, Mato.
I mean, it's not like it didn't know where the house is already, but
right.
I wonder if it was hunting for you. Or maybe her. You know, I know you hate being told what to do, but maybe you should cultivate that relationship a bit. You know, if she's willing to help.
Well, I thought we had a chance to, as you say, cultivate it, but then you got all creepy old man on her. and
he just shoves away
arm.
angrily from the table. And he's like, well, what do you expect? I just spring that on me.
But like you looked at me and I shrugged like it was going to be all right.
Oh, that's the it's going to be all right shrug? Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind next time you shrug at me.
When I can't do anything right anyway, I kind of stop trying.
Well, see, that's the problem. You gotta try. Oh, goddamn. Jim brings up a good point. I don't know. Is that a breach of your word to Gail to have said that she doesn't like the Howler?
The terms of the contract was that he wouldn't say anything about my family.
Nailed it.
Yeah. You're in breach. I'm sorry. We're going to have to take action against you.
However, though, do I know it, and is that important?
I think the Fae sense just like, a promise has been broken by who. Now, if you have multiple promises from Levi, then you don't know which one.
Yeah.
But
I've only got one active one.
okay.
Yeah, that's fine to take it however you want with that then.
Yeah, and Faye are
Because
like
I've been-
really weird about phrasing and stuff.
Oh yeah. And like I said, like it's pretty much the same direction that Levi's been going anyway, just kind of blundering through stuff. So
Yep, doesn't go around, goes through stuff.
because like in Levi's head, Mato made all the connections and verbalized them.
Yep, you're innocent. You just were.
Like I didn't think, that I'd said anything that he didn't already say.
Yep. So Mato's like, look, I'm sorry. It's just freaking me out here. It's like we finally got a decent lead to take care of this thing, get our payback. And it's just really upsetting. I'm sorry though.
I'm sorry too. I just can't go anywhere lately.
Then your phone rings. It's Brittany.
So it's ringing like she's calling me?
Yes, a teenager is frickin'
What?
calling you.
Yeah, I got to take this call. I'll be back out in a little bit. And then I answer it and go, hello?
Hey, Levi, it's Brittany.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm okay. I just haven't heard from you, and it's been kind of weird since you're not been at school this last while. And I was wondering, the Honeybeeps have a gig this Friday night. I was wondering, if you'd be my date.
A date on Friday?
Yeah,
Yeah, where's the gig?
at the Field House out on the edge of town there. It's an all ages show.
Cool.
Should be fun.
Yeah, the only thing that might come up is my uncle's in town, and so I have the family stuff, and then with mom being in
Oh
the
yeah, no,
hospital
I
and stuff.
totally understand. Like if your mom gets out of the hospital or whatever, and you need to take care of her, but
So
bring your uncle. It's all ages show. Old people can come.
yeah, he kind of gives out this creepy vibe sometime. I don't know if I want to bring him to an all ages show.
Oh,
And crowds kind of weird him out. It's just because he's like, tattooed and he looks like this biker guy. Some people are kind of weird. I want to be there.
I'm just dying from the chat. Uncle Snippy came up in chat.
Yeah. So
Oh,
can we say like that's like a yes, but if something comes up, I'll let you know as soon as I know. And then, we'll make it happen.
excellent. Well, I'm really looking forward to it. When do you think you're gonna be coming back to school?
I think it depends on Miss Oarsman,
Oh, she's
what
great.
she says.
She's been so helpful. I've seen her 3 times now, and I still don't feel good about the fact that Colin got killed, but I feel like much more able to deal with it and just more confident. In fact, she's kind of been talking me through, it's funny be fronting a band that I'm actually kind of shy and I was afraid to call you. But, she talked me up and, well, here I am calling you. So maybe she's not all bad. I don't know if I would have called you if I hadn't spent time with her.
yeah, I don't know. I only saw her once, and she gave me a book, so to go through, self-help workbook.
Oh, is that anger thing?
Yeah, yeah,
Just do the book. Just do the book, and then you can get back to school and we can hang out.
yeah. That sounds great because it's really where I kind of want to be right now.
Alrighty. Well, I'm
Yeah.
looking
Well,
forward to it.
all right. Well,
Do your
you know,
workbook.
I will. I'll text you or something tomorrow.
Awesome. She
All right.
hangs up. Gail, you have just run out of the house and you're standing there at the edge of the forest where the lawn fades into the wild woods. What are you doing?
So she's distraught, and I think she just plunges into the forest. I think it's still evening, nighttime, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's full on dark out.
Yeah, she just kind of plunges into it and she starts walking in a straight line, and she knows eventually she'll be home. And as she's going, I think she's like midway there when she feels that the promise was broken, and she just like starts running through the forest, sort of heedless of what's in front of her because she's never had to heed what's in front of her in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets to the clearing, and the airstream is there, and she kind of storms into the airstream and comes back outside and like throws some wood in the chimney. And I think she throws it with such force that like her domain sort of just lights it on fire automatically.
Mm.
And then she's also got her special bong in her other hand, and so she like kind of collapses onto the blanket that was left over from where Charlotte stayed whenever she came over.
Mm-hmm.
And she immediately just starts like she takes a big old hit off of this bong. And I went to gaze into the abyss and summon the Fairy King.
Awesome.
All right, so let me see here.
I don't even mean this as a joke, but it would be amazing if the bong was a scale model of the chimenea.
It absolutely is. It absolutely is. It's like the exact same shape, but the chimney is ceramic and the bong is glass. Otherwise, identical. Okay, so I'm looking for an audience with the Fairy King, and I think that's all I have to state for looking into the abyss for this context, right?
Well, so you get regular gaze into the abyss results plus the Fairy King. So is what you want is to summon your father?
Yeah, I want to talk to him.
Okay, to ask questions of him? Okay. All right, go ahead and roll, please,
So
with
I got
dark.
8, 9 total.
So 7 and 9, you're going to get confusing and alarming visions, but you get your answer nonetheless. And your pops is going to demand a favor of you. So you take that big, long, deep hit and hold it for what seems like ages. And then you're rushing through these woods and you see everything just dying and falling apart, crumbling, summer ending, and almost like some horrible sickness is spreading through the woods, all the vines curling up and pulling trees down. And it's super disturbing. And then there in this barren clearing is your pops. Hun, what's up?
Dad, Uncle Howler is ruining my life.
Wow. Okay. Why is that my problem?
You have no idea how much trouble he's getting me into, and it's not even my fault, okay? Like, you need to do something about him.
I need to do something about him. If I recall, one of my daughters was supposed to get me information about that weird kid that's been roaming around the woods, fighting with your uncle.
Yeah,
You
okay.
sure your friends aren't the problem? And maybe your uncle would be cool if you and your friends would be cool?
That's what I'm here to talk about, Dad.
Yes, talk.
Okay, so like his name is Levi, all right? And it turns out he's a werebear, and it turns out his uncle is too, and it turns out that his uncle is really creeped out because I smell like the Howler.
He doesn't like people who smell good?
Well, look, okay, apparently Uncle Howler has killed people, and apparently they're in Levi's family, and I think that's a little bit of a problem, okay?
Well, I mean, let's face it. They don't belong here. They're just yet one more thing that doesn't belong in this area. You've got all these mortals just destroying everything around us.
Look, like you don't own everything, okay? Like you're not the king of the whole world. You're just the king of the fairies.
This is my domain, and look what's happening to it. And he gazes around, and you just see this barren wasteland, just lumps of decomposed plant matter
Ugh, yeah,
laying.
sure,
It smells
two
horrible.
werebears are responsible for all of this. Sure, Dad.
Not just them. Like I said, the mortals are part of the problem too.
I don't think it's
There's a-
mortals, okay? Because I had a really weird experience like 2 hours ago, and then she realizes what she has to tell her dad.
Okay, please tell John Stamos.
So, cousin Deer, uh, I don't know if you felt it yet or not, but like, I'm pretty sure he's dead, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't a mortal who did it. Okay.
Was it the bears?
No, it wasn't the bears, Dad. They're mortal too.
And he gives you a hand waggle at that.
Ugh. There's this woman, okay? She's some weird thing, and she told me that if I don't get a form from you, then I have to go to Branson High School, which gag me, that sounds terrible, okay? And like I just won't do it. And like the thing is, I tried to chase her away. She came inside the trailer, Dad. She came
And
inside.
his eyes go wide.
I tried to stop her, and she just walked right inside. And so I tried to get Cousin Deer and a couple other cousins to come help me out. And then all I heard were screams. And then she told me to behave. And then there was nothing. Okay.
Okay. It's definitely not good.
No, Dad, it's not good.
So how can I help? What do you need to know to be able to do something about this?
Look, I don't want to give her the form that she's asking for because she's a rancid bitch and I'd rather she die. But what can you do? I don't know. How can I kill her? Tell me, figure that out for me.
Okay, we'll come back. I think. God damn, I wasn't expecting that. Someone's been taking pages out of Char's book.
Her friends.
All right.
Jealous much?
So our camera zooms in on the Pine Lodge Hotel, or probably the Walnut Lodge Hotel down in southern Missouri. And goes through the window, and we see Gail and Drake, or Gail. Oh boy, now I'm gonna die. Shar and Drake. They're in bed with the covers pulled up. Doc, and what do you guys have just had a nice intimate moment? You've bonded again. It's you guys against the world.
So what?
So
Yeah.
you first.
No, you go first.
So why do we continue stopping that?
Yeah, I am not sure. Let's try to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Okay. Is that like is that like an official ask again?
Yeah, I mean, if it needs to be said out loud, sure.
I mean, given our track record, I think it's smart if it's said out loud, don't you?
Yeah, to avoid confusion.
Right. So what about Meadow or whatever?
I don't know. I don't like. Do you think she was like stalking me or something? Like trying to get us to break up?
You think? Okay, I know I give you fuck me eyes, but she gives you I'm gonna murder you fuck me eyes. Which I realize is kind of
Yeah, hot. Yeah.
yeah. I get it. I get it. But doesn't something just seem really, really off about her?
She is. Look, I think I'm not Branson, but she's definitely not from anywhere.
From anywhere?
Well, I know. I mean, I think Colby's not from anywhere. I don't know where the heck Blade's from. I mean, now you have me doing it.
Scrap metal yard?
He, yeah, you haven't heard from him in a while.
Or are we getting off the subject of me asking you to stay the fuck away from Gail?
I mean, I don't know that you need to ask. It's if she's going to cause this much havoc. Look, she can stay out. It's complicated enough without her.
Yeah.
Bing, 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 bing. You both get text messages.
That
Drake, yours is from your dad. Where are you at, son? No, it's not safe to be out late. Time to be getting home. Shar, yours is from Mom. And it says, I'm done with your dad for now, honey. You should come home.
oh. Oh.
What the fuck? Look at this. I give you my phone.
I mean, you have to move. That's it. You just have to move.
Okay. Mr. Logic. Where am I going to move?
I don't know.
Get a studio apartment with the $6.84 I have to my name.
Yeah. Keep working on those tips at the coffee shop.
Maybe I mean
I know that you're like she's acting like she looks like your mom. I'm still not entirely sure. Like, I believe you.
Right. Listen, do I know how crazy it is that my mother, who just went up and, is missing, shows up and pretends like yeah, I realize that it sounds crazy. And I don't know what the hell's going on, but I can say that about a lot of things and a lot of people since I moved to this goddamn town. So maybe we just go with one of the crazy thoughts and we say she's my mom and we need to figure out what the fuck is happening. Because she's fucking with a lot of people here. Not just
Bing, bing. You get another text message, Drake. This one's from an unknown number. It says, "Your parents are worried about you, Drake. You should be getting home." All right, let us cut over to Colby. You have just pulled into Branson. It's a miracle you didn't get pulled over by a trooper or a sheriff on your way. But here you are, back in your hometown. What do you do? I mean, I'm sure you planned something out on the 15-minute drive.
Oh, I totally did. And I think the first thing that I want to do, like, I think I sort of autopilot to the truck stop. And so I pull into a parking space in the truck stop and text Charlotte and Olivia. Olivia, are you okay? Charlotte, have you heard from Olivia recently? Like, no intro, no, I know you haven't heard from me in a week. Just like one text each way.
Gotcha. All right. So, Char, you've just gotten the freaky text from Mom, and Drake just got a series of text messages, and you've bared your soul, and now you get this message from Colby, who have not heard anything from or seen anything of in a week.
I kind of look at my phone with huge eyes and like look up at Drake, and I'm just like, it's Colby.
And I'm like, wow, this got good hearing.
And Drake, you realize you can pick up a little bit of surface thought now from Colby.
Sure. It was,
and you hadn't been able to for a week.
And so I'm like seeing him, like tearing ass down the freeway.
Yeah, you get a sense of movement, and you sounded like you were pretty angry when you left, Colby. Is that accurate? Confused? Scared? All the above?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about describing it like, you know how a chess computer computes positions and like assigns them numerical ratings. Maybe you don't know that. That's how chess computers work. But I think like as I'm planning, that's what it's like. So like for a second it's anger, and then it's like, nope, throw that one away. And then for a second it's like success, and it's like, I'll keep that one. And then because I'm a teenager, we get there and we just do the thing that makes whatever in the moment. But I think anyone perceiving my surface thought would kind of get like a flitting between a bunch of ideas with some sort of urgency. So you get the movement and you get the urgency, and it comes off as like purposefully doing something.
And so like I feel that, and I'm like, Colby's about to do something stupid.
Oh, look, here he is at our hotel right now. At the door.
He wouldn't know that, but he's. I mean, I'm assuming he's driving right to Olivia's place, or
Possibly. You have not received a response from either Shar or Olivia, Colby. I mean, granted, it's only been a couple minutes.
I forwarded the pictures that Olivia sent me to Shar. This is what I got from her.
And so you get this series of photos, and you've seen some of these photos previously, Shar.
I text back, just fuck, and then prove to me that it's you.
I have no idea how to do this. Yeah, right. So, or just take a quick snap of the truck stop sign. Who else do you know who hangs out here?
Maybe it was a selfie with the truck stop sign in the background.
Or I don't know why I hang out here. I'm not even hungry.
What in the background?
The sign for the Flying J truck stop, where
Okay.
Colby has previously hustled for money.
So I send back the name of the hotel and the room number.
All right,
And
I'm there.
And then I say to Drake, you probably should put on some pants.
I was right.
All right.
Yep. So I get there as quickly as possible.
Okay. Let's cut over to Gail. So you've just asked, how can I kill her? Correct?
Yeah.
And your dad looks at you and goes, that's not an easy thing. She is some manifestation of a primordial spirit that dwells here, older even than us. I think she's trying to reset this community. To kill her, I can only see two ways. Fire works on almost everything I've ever seen or encountered in my many, 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 many years of life. Or maybe if you can get everyone to ignore and stop listening. Maybe if you put another interstate through the town or build out Silver Dollar City some more. You know, she might not be playing such a different game from where I might be going. She might be a good ally.
Look, all I know is that she is a creepy bitch and I want nothing to do with her. So if she's an ally of yours, then we have an even bigger problem than we do already.
He taps you on your forehead and you fall backwards.
Okay.
And you collapse back on your Adirondack chair or chaise lounge or whatever you have by your chimenea.
Now, she gets to be the target of a favor that he asks. Just as a reminder how that move works. So,
yep, he'll ask for that favor. He hasn't defined it yet, but he'll be asking for it.
Okay. Yeah, so Gail wakes up and she's on her back on this blanket. And like she's looking up and there are stars up above, but there kind of shouldn't be. Like there shouldn't be this much of a clearing in the trees above. And it's definitely less, vegetated than usual. And yeah, I think she just lays there. She doesn't have a phone, wouldn't contact anybody.
Yeah. All right. Well, I know it's only 9, but that's actually kind of a good spot to stop. And then we'll be able to pick up, we'll pick up with Colby arriving at the hotel, maybe for a hot threesome. I don't know. And then we'll probably move forward to the next day so we can advance the story some.
Sounds good.
Eli, is there anything that needs to be resolved about my broken promise? Like something about a move?
So I will very soon be trying to get vengeance upon you, and when I do, I get a bonus to my roll.
Yeah, so she can help
So do you
make
get
something
like another
go wrong
you
for
get
you.
like another string on me, right?
Yeah, I gain a string on you, and then I can pull. Whenever I pull a string, I can cause harm to you, like make your life harder.
Cool. So what if it was like that moment when you kind of woke up, you noticed all those stars, that's when you kind of felt my promise break? Is that like a kind of a last image or something
She
like that?
already felt the promise break when she was walking back through the woods, and then she started running
Yeah.
after she felt that.
Okay.
It was
I must have missed that.
like the non-mechanical thing that I did to already start revenge on you is that I wasn't gonna tell my dad about you,
Oh,
and
okay.
instead I told him about you and your uncle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's part of the revenge already, but then there will be an additional, more mechanical hurt coming your way as well. So get excited about that.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, I thought that was a good session tonight.
Yeah, it was a great time.
And it'll be, let's see, Jim, you're able to make the next one as well?
29th, yeah.
Awesome. So we'll all be here again.
Yep.
We can get some better teenage angst, and maybe they'll be pretty cool when your dad asks you to partner up with Miss Orsman, Gail.
Get out of here. You get out of here, you monster.
So one quick thing. I'll go ahead, Shar.
Oh, I just wanted to note that I did choose my move with my advancement I did choose spooked, which is when you run into someone's arms, they choose either you mark experience or they become their darkest self.
Yeah, that's a great one because that just makes things snowball so quickly.
Yeah. So,
and then
since Shar will probably be very spooked soon, get ready, Drake, or anyone else.
I'm already going to be darkest self here pretty soon.
She's the most constant girlfriend you could ever have. She's mostly stable. Her relationships are mostly stable as long as you're alive. So Levi, one quick question.
Yeah.
So Brittany had asked you to, do the workbook so you could come back to school.
Yeah.
Do you think Levi would start doing that? Like not because he wants to be able to be with Brittany?
I think he would, but first he would talk to Uncle Mato about like making plans to go get the howler. Like, let's move forward with that.
Okay.
So if there's downtime,
you got two things going on. Okay. Yeah. All right. We'll pick up with that then. All righty.
Sweet.
I had a fun time, guys.
Yeah,
you are the best awful teens ever.
Thanks again for running.
Oh, yeah. It's a blast. It's just trying to keep up with you guys. When you asked how to kill Miss Horseman. I'm like, oh,
It was
fuck,
so
I
much fun
haven't
to have
even
everybody
defined what
together
she is.
at the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is.
Mhm.
That's all.
Yeah, it's such a good group of players.
My Robo Boy back.
For sure.
This is role playing games are fucking great, man. I'm sure you guys all know this.
Yeah, they're really good.
I've heard a thing or
Yeah.
two about them.
So if people need to like go right to bed, I totally understand this, but I'm going to throw this out to the group because this is the kind of group that might be interested. That might also tell me if this is a shitty idea. Did anybody watch The Get Down on Netflix?
Oh, it's on my list, but I haven't watched it yet.
I don't know what it is. What is the Get Down?
It is like a 12 episode series of it's like a hip hop. It's almost like hip hop, but like slightly Easternized. Almost kind of mysticism in there, and it's just like a bunch of kids, but like Grandmaster Flash is in there, and
I have heard about that out on Boing Boing.
rap crew. And I want to Hearts of Wulin the shit out of that.
I'm down with that. So you're saying you're gonna run for us?
It's like hip hop wuxia kind of.
Yeah, that's why I've added it to my list, because I watched like the first 20 minutes and I was like, oh, this is a thing I'm here for. And then, of course, never went back and watched it. Because I remember it was like, oh, it's hip hop plus that like martial arts storytelling.
Right, and I don't know anything. I mean, I obviously like don't know anything about the martial arts storytelling because that's not like my genre of film. But like the hip hop part of it and how they kind of stuck those two things together, and then like Hearts of Wulin coming where it is right now. I just saw that today, and I was like, oh, I really want to do that as like a one-shot con game or something.
No kidding. That'd be a blast.
Yeah, I would super dig that.
I have to back it, but I think it would be a really fun. How long is
I've
it?
backed it. So
Start?
Game Hole, you're promising to run that? That's what I heard.
Now that my life
It's
is
a paid contract.
I have so many things going on for Game Hole. Like I want to run White Hack Plume Mountain.
Oh, cool.
And I want to run a long con. I had talked about a long con strange game of like 3-4 hour sessions. That
You'll be able to fill that up, no problem.
it starts as a cop drama and then takes an abrupt right turn. So I feel like I want to run like 10 things during Game Hole this year, and I don't know what's actually going to make the cut.
When and where is Game Hole?
It's in Madison, and it is the weekend of Halloween. I think it starts on Halloween and runs those 4 days.
It does.
I think Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I wanted to run Nightmare the VCR board game.
Oh, yes.
Man.
Just ask Alex to get an old, AV card in there for you. He can work that out.
The video is on YouTube.
Oh, that's right.
I can just pull because the time that I played it, I just used the YouTube video rather than dragging out my VCR. So
get a Sega CD and play some Night Trap.
I love that game.
Man.
Sorry.
No, we have like Pearl Jam tattoos and terrible video games to talk about. Those tattoos look awesome. But yeah, I might have to figure out some games for Game Hole. I also want to find 3 other people to advertise